Hello and welcome back to Transfer Talk, where we discuss the latest transfer rumours from around the footballing universe. With the transfer window nearing the halfway stage, clubs are stepping up in pursuit of their top targets, and we've got a bumper episode lined up for you today. But remember, if you hear anything yourself, remember to tweet me at Mike McCubb or the Football Daily account, or alternatively just stick them in the comments below. Let's get started. We kick off at Old Trafford, where business is booming right now. Aaron Wan-Bissaka was unveiled on the weekend following a £50 million move from Crystal Palace, and now it appears Man United are making a big effort to cross two more players off their shopping list. The BBC have reported that the Red Devils have put down a £70 million offer for Leicester City's Harry Maguire, in the hope they can land the England centre-back ahead of rivals Man City. However, this is short of Leicester's valuation of the 26-year-old, which is ironic given he was available for the same price last summer before he signed a 5-year contract at the start of the season. This is pretty crazy money considering Maguire is 7 years older than the similarly valued Matthijs de Ligt and still has zero Champions League experience, despite offering a significant upgrade on United's current centre-backs. But with Leicester gunning for a top 6 finish in 2019-20, they are clearly desperate to keep hold of one of their key players. Meanwhile, according to Gazzetta dello Sport, the club have also agreed personal terms with Sporting's Bruno Fernandes, who scored 25 goals and got 13 assists for the Portuguese club last term. But United are yet to agree a fee for the attacking midfielder, with an offer of £31 million understood to be on the table, over $20 million less than Sporting's valuation. But what do you make of these potential signings? Worthwhile, or should Solskjaer be looking elsewhere? Let us know in the comments. Now for a man once tipped for greatness at Old Trafford, as it looks like Ravel Morrison could be making the unlikeliest of returns to the Premier League. Now 26, the English midfielder has been around the block, moving to Lazio in 2015 before playing in Mexico with Atlas and in Sweden with Östersund. But despite having a relatively successful few months in Scandinavia, Graham Potter's old club decided not to renew his 6th-month contract due to injuries and wages. Morrison has now been offered a lifeline by Chris Wilder at Sheffield United, and he will be training with the newly promoted club for their pre-season camp in Portugal. The Blades boss will assess how he does before deciding whether to offer him a contract, and insists the arrangement is beneficial for both parties. Only time will tell. Our next rumour comes from France Football, who are reporting that Bayern Munich have now made Ousmane Dembele their top summer target after ruling themselves out of a move for Man City's Leroy Sané. Talk of the Barcelona winger leaving the camp now has come back to the fore in recent weeks, with the Liga champions looking set to trigger Antoine Griezmann's £107 million release clause at Atletico Madrid, and the possibility of Neymar returning also gaining more traction. Barca would surely have to offload one of their main assets to fund these moves, and according to the reports, are willing to give up Dembele for around £100 million. The Frenchman contributed to a goal every 129 minutes for the Blaugrana last term, but made just 20 starts in the league. Meanwhile, injuries have disrupted his progress in La Liga, and he has also been a target of the Spanish media. So a move back to the Bundesliga could be beneficial for the 22-year-old, and he would be a perfect addition to a side looking to compensate for the losses of Franck Ribéry and Arjen Robben. But German outlet Bild have reported that Bayern wouldn't be able to match Barcelona's current valuation and would instead offer around £80 million for the 2018 World Cup winner. Before we move on to our next story, if you're enjoying this and don't want to miss out on any more of the summer's transfer news, subscribe to Football Daily and hit that notification bell. You won't regret it. We go back to the Premier League now and to Arsenal, who have finally made a concrete bid for Crystal Palace talisman Wilfried Zaha. However, the Gunners' £40 million bid has angered the South London club, who value the forward at double that price and, according to David Ornstein at the BBC, are not even going to consider Arsenal's offer. Zaha signed a new 5-year deal at Selhurst Park last summer, and with Man United set to receive 25% of any transfer, the Eagles only want to part with their man for an astronomical fee. The Ivory Coast international joined Palace when he was just 12 and has spent almost his entire career at the club, but only hit 10 goals for them for the first time last season. Nevertheless, the 26-year-old is still seen as their main man up top, especially with Michy Batshuayi returning to Chelsea this summer. With Zaha on duty at the African Cup of Nations, the player's brother has come out publicly to urge his club to listen to Arsenal's approach, stating it is the former Man United man's dream to play for the Gunners, who he supposedly supported as a kid. Meanwhile, Unai Emery is also hoping to bring Yassine Brahimi to the Emirates, with the Algerian winger now a free agent after running down his contract at Porto. As for Zaha though, stay tuned as this could be raging all summer. Sticking at the Emirates for now, as Arsenal have apparently been offered a potential bargain by Lyon just hours after announcing the transfer of Tanguy Ndombele to arch-rivals Tottenham. According to the Mirror, the French Giants have told the Gunners they can have club captain Nabil Fekir for just £30 million, just a year after Liverpool came within inches of signing him for double that fee. While the 25-year-old has had injury problems over the years, he stayed fit for much of the 2018-19 campaign, and the attacking midfielder still contributed to a goal every 124 minutes in Ligue 1, making this offer quite surprising. However, with just 1 year remaining on Fekir's contract, Jean-Michel Aulas may want to cash in while he still has the chance. But what do you make of this? Should Arsenal make a move? Let us know in the poll. Over to Serie A now, where Juventus' pursuit of Federico Chiesa is making headlines again. The Fiorentina forward, who can play on either flank and contributed to 18 goals in all competitions last term, is keen to move to Turin and link up with Maurizio Sarri, with previous reports stating the Italian champions were ready to offer €50 million for his services. However, according to Tuttosport, Juve will need to offload Gonzalo Higuain before making a formal approach for the 22-year-old. Roma are interested in acquiring the Argentinian striker, especially if Edin Dzeko's proposed move to Inter Milan goes through. However, it's understood they would struggle to meet Higuain's €7.5 million wages, and with the former Real Madrid man understood to be keen on staying at Juve, the Giallorossi could face an uphill battle to sign him. We finish off in Madrid, where Dani Ceballos has gone public over his future at the Bernabeu. The 22-year-old was signed by Los Blancos from Real Betis in 2017 for €18 million, but has struggled to hold down a place under Zinedine Zidane, making just 3 league appearances since the Frenchman stepped back into the dugout in March. The Spaniard still sees his long-term future at Real, stating his desire for a loan move for the upcoming season, saying, "I don't know when my time will come, but my objective is to succeed in Madrid and excite the Bernabeu." Tottenham, Arsenal and AC Milan are all alleged to be interested in signing Ceballos on a loan deal, but Madrid are more keen on selling the Spain international on a permanent, valuing him at €50 million. But where do you think he would fit in best? Let us know in the comments. So that's all we have time for on Transfer Talk this week. If you enjoyed this, why not check out the video on screen right now? And if you haven't already, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.